So here in the state of Texas, there are some laws changes that are happening on September 1st. I want to go over a few of them. We can't go over all of them, but I want to bring up a few that can affect people that, especially those who are dealing in the real estate market. So what are some of the law changes? Well, one law change is under our Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act, telephone solicitation. There has been an argument that graphics that are sent via text message are not part of telephone solicitation. They have changed that law. Graphics now, if you send an image, if it's deceptive in nature, you can be sued for that. You can also get penalties from the Attorney General. So that is Senate Bill 140. House Bill 3611 is the Bandit Sign bill. So if you've ever seen those little teeny signs that people put up in medians and different things, maybe roofing or we buy ugly homes, or even open houses, can now you can be penalized up to $1,000. Now they have to give you notification of that, but you don't want to just go put out signs without permission. Now, of course, you can put up signs in your own property, your own land. You're allowed to do that. But what this is referring to is putting up signs on right-of-ways or government property. So if that's the case, you can face up to $1,000 penalty for your first violation, $2,500 and $5,000 for the third violation. Of course, a lot of people have heard about this one, and that is Senate Bill 17, and that was basically if foreign nationals from China, Russia, Iran, or North Korea purchase property in the state of Texas, they can, and don't have legal status here, they can lose that property and be fined for that. So as a title company, we don't have a responsibility to check to see if somebody is a foreign national. You just have to understand if you are and you are wanting to buy property in the state of Texas, you're going to have to talk to an attorney about that and what you're allowed to under the law. House Bill 41. There are some restrictions on housing finance corporations and some tax exemptions that they were using. Those are going to go away. Senate Bill 4 has expanded your homestead exemption up to $140,000 for your primary residence. This is to help bring some tax relief because house prices have gone up so much in the state of Texas. It's a little controversial because they're using school taxes to do this, to bring down the costs, and schools are struggling because of that. In Senate Bill 15, cities over 150,000 residents and counties with at least 300,000 people, municipalities must now allow reduced minimum lot size as low as 3,000 square feet and higher density developments, including they have to allow taller structures and reduce parking requirements. It's a big change, and it's a big opportunity for real estate investors who've been trying to get maybe a property on a smaller lot. Okay. Limited local development restrictions under Senate Bill 840. This prohibits cities from enforcing overly restricted zoning on residential developments. Municipalities must permit at least 36 units per acre or the highest residential density capacity previously allowed, whichever is greater, regardless of rules on setbacks, heights, parking designs. This is a little bit more in depth where this has to do with commercial zoning areas. So if you have been trying to develop something and maybe wanted to put apartments on it, but your city didn't allow you, you might be able to do that now. There's other big changes that have also happened. So in trying to combat a thing that's happening all over the country, which is deed fraud. Okay, so this is where someone claims you signed a deed and now they own the property. So Senate Bill 1734 enables victims to challenge fraudulent deeds in court without having to pay penalties. So this bill also allows you to, within 120 days of that fraudulent deed being filed, you can file an affidavit saying, hey, I never filed this deed. And whoever is now claiming ownership of the property, they have an obligation within a timely manner to say, no, you did. And then you'd have to go to court. So it's a way to remove these deeds without having to hire an attorney, go to court and fight it like we used to have to do, which was very frustrating for people when it's completely obvious that this is a fraudulent deed. Okay. And then we have Senate Bill 647, where county clerks and attorneys can reject suspicious filings of deeds and notify the property owner of such things. So that's a good change to allow us to try to protect people's properties from these fraudulent deeds that are coming out, which, as a title company owner, we have to face this all the time. It's a big deal. It's kind of difficult to deal with. But these are some of the changes that have happened in the real estate market are really going to have a significant effect on different things like investors put out. That's going to have a big effect. So make sure you understand that and what your rights are in where you can put up signs and where you can't put up signs.